Welcome everyone to this presentation on construction safety and health programs. In any construction environment, safety is not just a regulatory checklist. It is an essential operational foundation. The primary goal of a comprehensive safety and health program is to identify hazards, mitigate risks, protect worker well-being, and maintain efficient, accident-free job sites. Today we will examine core framework elements, leadership accountability, hazard identification protocols, effective prevention strategies, and mandatory training requirements. Let's explore how integrating strong safety standards creates a secure workplace for every worker on site. Before diving into framework specifics, let's review the general considerations that build a proactive safety culture on every job site. All personnel must receive comprehensive training prior to operating heavy equipment or handling tools. Conducting regular site assessments helps us identify and minimize potential dangers early. Mandatory personal protective equipment, structured site visit protocols, and fatigue management are non-negotiable. Additionally, installing clear safety signage, maintaining straightforward reporting for faulty gear, leveraging wearable tech, and respecting weather-related risks ensure our entire workforce remains protected throughout every phase of construction. This slide illustrates the continuous, cyclical nature of a comprehensive safety and health program. The process begins with management commitment and planning in the classroom, where safety policies and resource allocations are established. It moves into worksite analysis, actively monitoring real-world operations like heavy equipment use and concrete pouring to identify potential dangers. Next, hazard prevention and control is applied in the field, ensuring workers wear proper fall protection and personal protective equipment while working at heights. Finally, the cycle incorporates safety and health training and feedback, engaging teams in group reviews to refine safety practices and start the cycle anew. An effective occupational safety and health program relies on four fundamental, interconnected pillars. First is management commitment and employee involvement, ensuring leadership and workers align on safety priorities. Second is worksite analysis, systematically assessing the job environment to uncover existing and emerging hazards. Third is hazard prevention and control, where we implement proven methods to eliminate or reduce operational risks. Fourth is safety and health training, providing all personnel with the knowledge required to perform their jobs safely. Together, these four elements form the backbone of a successful safety system. Management commitment and employee involvement are complementary forces that drive workplace safety. Leadership commitment provides the necessary authority, vision, resources, and motivation to establish high safety standards. However, commitment from leadership alone cannot succeed if workers follow blindly without active engagement. Employee involvement empowers frontline personnel to take personal ownership of their well-being and protect their peers. When managers visibly lead by example and workers actively participate in identifying hazards and shaping safety rules, we create an enduring culture where safety becomes second nature for everyone. To turn safety commitments into daily practice, leadership must establish and clearly state a formal worksite safety and health policy. Top management must be visibly involved in setting measurable program goals, defining objectives, and implementing key safety initiatives across all operations. When employees see upper management actively prioritizing safety over shortcuts, it builds organizational trust and reinforces compliance. Clear policies provide an unambiguous roadmap, ensuring every team member, from project executive to site laborer, understands our non-negotiable expectation. Everyone returns home safe at the end of every shift. In this slide, we focus on the vital role of employee involvement in maintaining site safety. A safety program cannot succeed as a top-down mandate alone. Organizations must actively encourage workers to participate directly in program development and in daily decisions affecting their well-being. Frontline personnel possess first-hand insight into job site conditions, making their input invaluable during pre-task planning and daily safety briefings. Furthermore, leadership must clearly communicate safety responsibilities across every role. When workers understand their accountability, take personal ownership, and look out for their teammates, safety becomes a collaborative, daily standard. This slide outlines the critical role of responsibility in executing an effective safety and health program. First, designated safety leads must be empowered with adequate authority and sufficient resources to implement protections and resolve site hazards promptly. Second, a clear system of mutual accountability is essential. Managers, field supervisors, and frontline employees must all be held responsible for fulfilling their specific safety duties. Finally, the entire safety program must undergo a comprehensive formal review at least annually. Regular evaluations allow management to identify procedural deficiencies, measure overall performance, and make necessary revisions to adapt to changing site conditions. On this slide, we examine the second core element, worksite analysis. Conducting regular worksite analysis involves thoroughly inspecting the job environment to identify both existing hazards and conditions where planned operational changes might create new risks. Construction sites are dynamic. As building phases advance and heavy machinery moves in, site conditions change constantly. Management must proactively evaluate every task and physical work area, rather than simply reacting after an incident occurs. By actively analyzing ongoing work operations and anticipating potential dangers, teams can implement timely preventative controls to eliminate risks and protect everyone on site. This slide details how to establish an effective baseline through a comprehensive survey. Conducting a thorough baseline survey allows an organization to evaluate initial safety conditions and identify physical or procedural gaps across the job site. A key component is performing job hazard analyses, JHA, which break down individual job tasks step by step to uncover hidden risks and define proper controls. Organizations do not have to undertake this process alone. Expert assistance is readily available through the OSHA Consultation Program, worker compensation insurance carriers, and qualified independent safety consultants to help benchmark and strengthen workplace safety practices. This slide highlights the importance of routine safety and health inspections in identifying hazards before they cause injuries. Sites should conduct comprehensive weekly audits, supported by daily work area checks using structured inspection checklists. Consistency is key to catching dynamic risks, such as unsecured scaffolding, fall hazards, or missing PPE. Equally critical is providing a reliable, blame-free reporting system, where employees can notify management of unsafe conditions without any fear of reprisal. When workers receive prompt, transparent responses to their hazard reports, it builds trust and reinforces an active, site-wide commitment to workplace safety. This slide covers additional worksite analysis methods that turn incidents and data into preventative action. Conducting thorough investigations into accidents and near-miss events is crucial for identifying root causes, rather than merely assigning blame. Near misses are early warnings. Analyzing them allows teams to implement corrective measures before an actual injury occurs. Additionally, management must systematically track and analyze injury and illness trends over time. Identifying patterns, such as recurring ergonomic strains, repetitive equipment malfunctions, or specific high-risk operations, enables leadership to address systemic hazards and continuously improve site-wide safety protocols. This slide introduces the third core element, hazard prevention and control. The process begins by determining where existing or potential hazards are present on site. Whenever feasible, our primary objective is hazard prevention through smart engineering design, optimized site layout, and safe workflow planning. However, when a hazard cannot be completely eliminated, we must implement targeted hazard controls, such as the traffic safety barriers, cones, and signage shown here, to manage the risk. Above all, hazards must be addressed promptly, as timely elimination and control prevent minor site oversights from escalating into severe workplace incidents. This slide details the hierarchy used for controlling the hazards on a construction site. To protect workers effectively, we rely on 4 coordinated layers of defense. First are engineering controls, which physically eliminate or isolate the hazard at the source. Second are administrative controls, establishing safe operating procedures and scheduling to limit worker exposure. Third is personal protective equipment, PPE, such as the hard hats, eye protection, and full-body fall arrest harnesses shown here. Finally, safe work practices must be communicated consistently through regular training, positive reinforcement, prompt correction of unsafe behaviors, and fair enforcement across all teams. This slide outlines key operational components of hazard prevention planning. First, regular maintenance of facilities, tools, and heavy machinery is essential to prevent mechanical failures and unexpected malfunctions during site operations. Second, teams must implement comprehensive emergency planning, supported by hands-on training and realistic response drills to ensure quick, coordinated action during critical incidents. Finally, a robust medical program is indispensable. This includes maintaining certified first aid kits and trained personnel directly on site, along with established communication channels and rapid transport routes to nearby physicians and emergency healthcare facilities. On this slide, we examine the fundamentals of safety and health training. Effective training must address the specific safety responsibilities of every person across the job site, ensuring all workers know how to protect themselves and their peers. Rather than treating safety as an isolated classroom session, it should be integrated into technical skill building, daily operations, and regular task performance. As shown here with hands-on fall protection demonstrations, practical instruction ensures workers understand the proper fit, inspection, and use of critical safety gear, reinforcing safe habits that prevent workplace incidents. This slide highlights the necessity of a structured safety and health orientation for all incoming workers. Before setting foot in active construction zones, employees must understand the specific hazards they might encounter and the protective measures required to prevent injury to themselves and their fellow crew members. Comprehensive orientation training must be provided to both full-time site personnel and temporary contract workers. Conducting clear onboarding briefing ensures that every worker on the job site, regardless of employer or trade, shares the same safety knowledge, understands emergency procedures, and adheres to the project's strict safety standards from day one. This slide focuses on supervisor responsibilities, emphasizing the critical role frontline leaders play in day-to-day site safety. Supervisors must actively analyze ongoing operations to identify and mitigate potential hazards within their specific areas of oversight. They are responsible for verifying that physical protections, such as guardrails, tow boards, and proper fall arrest tie-off points, are correctly installed and maintained. Additionally, supervisors must consistently reinforce employee safety training by providing regular performance feedback, recognizing safe work habits, and enforcing strict compliance when unsafe practices occur. Supervisors ensure safety standards are actively upheld across the entire team. This slide outlines specific training needs required to build comprehensive site competency. Beyond basic safety rules, training must focus on sharp hazard recognition, enabling personnel to spot unsafe conditions before work begins. It must also satisfy all mandatory standards set by regulatory bodies for specific trades and tasks. Crucially, training programs need to cover emergency response protocols and accident investigation procedures so teams understand how to act during critical events and analyze root causes. As shown in the image, regular site-wide emergency drills ensure the entire workforce can execute evacuations efficiently, calmly, and without incident. In conclusion, implementing a comprehensive safety and health program delivers tangible, long-term benefits across the entire organization. Most importantly, proactive safety measures significantly reduce work-related injuries, illnesses, and operational downtime. When workers know their health is protected, it boosts workplace morale, fosters mutual confidence, and increases overall project productivity. From a financial perspective, eliminating hazards substantially lowers workers' compensation premiums, direct medical expenses, and legal liabilities. Ultimately, investing in safety is not just a regulatory obligation. It is a proven strategy that protects our workforce and drives operational excellence on every job site.